This is the unit 3 and 13. So you have a link to the unmanaged Stratix, which goes obviously into there down to the reel stands. So whereas before, I don't think you had it on here, you've had a serial link down, it's now going down via, there's a Ethernet cable that goes down from the unit to the reel stand direct. So that's for 3 and 13, which is that one, and this is the unit. So it's only the monos. There's none of the deck units have a connection to the reel stands. It's only the monos that have been updated. So you've got there 2, 4, 8, 12, 14 and 18. So we've updated that, and we'll show you that later. It's the folder stuff. So that there.
So when we're done here, Calvin, this is going to be one good, correct set of prints for the whole press.
The only thing I would say you're missing, Mike, in this is a reel stand set, which are in here.
Right.
So if you want to get a copy of that and put them in your books, that's fine. So what I've also got here is, so it's only the black unit that we're interested in. So what you had before at 65 was the serial comms. Now it's only unit 9 and 19 that have that remaining. What that's been superseded by is, again, we've got a Phoenix connector going down to the reel stand 2, 4, and then it comes across into the unit. Again, we'll quickly show you that. So that's the only thing really that we're interested in there. I don't think I did anything else. As I said, what I did do was updated. There were some updated prints that had been sent through, and I just took out all the old crap and put the new stuff
So
in.
we have a bunch of bad books floating around.
Well, with misinformation on them.
Right.
What
Well,
is that?
old information.
What is this book labeled, Calvin?
What's that?
This is the original.
Yeah, this is basically that's called commissioning, but this is your customer copy. What I've done is originally these were all in 2 books,
Okay.
and they were getting a bit
Yep. Hard to work with.
it's hard to work, so I've just put it into a new thing. So that's your unit 1 with obviously. So the difference between the set of drawings you have here, the hard copies, and the ones on there is the ones on there have the HS information, but they don't have this.
Right.
So that's why obviously these are much more useful to you
Right.
than the ones on the CM. So as I said, these have kind of all been updated. Yeah, there was a few things like that. So that's Mike's copy, and as I said, and that is the master copy there.
This is Mike's copy here?
That's the one.
So
Mike
this will be
keeps.
in your room all the
Yes.
time? Okay.
And this is your master copy for that's sort of been left here basically.
All right, we're going to leave that in this room.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Now I do notice this one hasn't got a copy of the folder stuff in it, so maybe we need another copy of the folder to get into this one as well. But this also, as I said, has the
Reel stand.
this is the reel stand. So
Which we need a copy. of
you
this
probably, I don't know where, I assume Ian gave you a marked up copy of the Drive Master
set.
drawings?
Yes, it's in the drive room.
Okay, so you'll probably want to look through these drawings then and either get rid of them and make a copy of what
Okay.
Ian's done. So these are the old copies, but this is the marked up copy of the reel stand. So
Okay.
this is basically the latest. There isn't many changes to be fair.
Was somebody making a fresh copy of the drive ones?
You scan the drive ones and send them on to Sean.
Who's going to try to modify?
Is he going to do that? Is he? Yeah. So yeah. So the little things, you know, there's small mods, but generally this was pretty close. It's just usually the old contactor. But yeah. So as I said, we added an extra card. Well,
That's the layout of our Raptor PLC. What is this page, Thomas?
well, it's basically I don't know. It's something I've never seen before, but it.
Is it not important? We'll just forget it.
Well, it's you know, nothing's always
It's on the
not important.
terminals in the
It's
PLC
basically
and what wire numbers
yeah,
on them.
that's right. So you
What
basically
page they're on?
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
kind of important.
yeah, yeah. So it kind of it does help you if you're looking for a particular input like reel position. You know, you can come here and it'll tell you immediately what page you're looking for. Things like we were talking earlier on about the signals. You want to see what's coming from the press continuous run left. So this is the type of information. It'll tell you there input 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's the type of thing that you're interested in. So yeah, certainly would be an interesting bit to have plugged inside your drawing, so it tells you everything that's going on. So yeah, so this is, as I said, your press speed coming into your high speed counter cards, your regulator, roll position. Yeah, I saw a funny failure yesterday on Real Stand 14, and to me it almost looks like when the pacer carriage came down, it either butted the outgoing web into the new roll or something like that, because
It grabbed.
because you can see in the logs exactly that time when the paster arm came down, you lost the web. So whether it just came in too far or whether that gap needs to be checked on that Real Stand 14.
So, and that used to be a function of adjusting that banner sensor on the column.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
still
right.
how
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
done?
that's right.
Or is
Yeah.
there a built-in
Roll
time
came
delay?
up.
No,
Still
no.
the same?
Still the
When
same.
new roll came up. it
Yeah.
stopped.
Okay.
But as I said, we will kind of run through all of that, as I said, because I was, there's a lot of things that I've been monitoring them recently, and
I've seen some of the gaps and they look like they're pretty darn close.
Yeah.
They used to be a width of a cutting rubber.
Yeah.
So you let it go, let the arm come down, stop, and then you just put
Yeah.
the cutting rubber in there. It should be the width of the
yeah.
cutting rubber.
Well, it's just certainly worth checking some of them, as I said, because, well, I haven't seen any other failures like that, but that was one I noticed, and I just don't know whether there's been on that particular Real Stand, because they hardly ever paste on it, whether there is a problem there, I don't know. But it's just something. So that's your Real Stand drawing markups, which are best to get a copy of, Mike, and put in your set as well.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's good. Now, I'm going to get to a little bit of the monitoring we do of these Real Stands now. And as I said, I'm a little concerned on some of I'm having this problem with getting a good set of numbers for the core breaking, because I'm having so many variations on
Well, that's always been, core breaks have always been different,
Yeah.
unit to unit to unit and arm
Yeah.
to arm on a unit. It's
Yeah.
the nature of the beast, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah, so yeah,
We might have to tune them for their location.
Well, I'm kind of trying to. Somebody's been in here playing. Right. So, but one of the things I did yesterday, I showed Mike, and this is where maybe you can use. We'll show you how to use the trend and how it can be used to identify certain problems. So, pictures. So, where have we got here? So, if I look at this is Real Stand 8 on C, for example. Now, that to me is almost an ideal paste. Basically, you've gone into your paste there. This here is your dancer. You can see that the core brake is controlling everything. This is usually when the paster arm comes down, it touches the web and it just causes this little flutter. But immediately it came back up into control again, held it there at around 0, bang, off it went. Good paste.
So identify the different color tracks. So which one's the position of the dancer? The light blue?
Yeah, the light blue. Yeah.
And then the green is the speed of the
That's basically the core brake.
Braking power.
Braking
core
power.
braking power. Okay.
Yeah. So we can see they're there with those numbers. That's looking absolutely spot on. So if we do a second paste on different speed, again on C, we can see slightly different reaction, but again we're in control. Basically, it's controlling the dancer. Bang, away it goes. So I'm really happy with that. However, if I go to Real Stand, and this is B, this is 8, B on Real Stand 8, we have this scenario where it literally it's trying to control, but
Flying away.
it's so, to me, that doesn't look like a problem with slip rings. That looks possibly to do with braking pads themselves. So there's a possibility we could have a look at the braking pads on that particular thing. So that it's kind of trying to identify, because it does some very bizarre things. So you see here it's dropping away the tension. Suddenly it's going, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't got enough, and then it just goes up a very slight amount, and poof, it's grabbed it again. So it's almost like the brakes are coming on, and instead of being able to bounce off, they're just almost like stuck, and then suddenly they free themselves and then they're back on again. So it could be something, I don't know, but it's worth having a quick look at that particular
And
reel.
which unit was this?
This is reel stand 8. Now,
BR.
BR. Now the thing is, I don't think I haven't seen a failure on that reel stand. I mean, it just pastes ever since we put it in. You know,
Sure.
you know, so that it is pasting well, but you think, well, can we make it? Is that the preliminary to a problem going to?
And if you were watching the dancer at this point, that dancer might be going kind of wacky up and down at that.
Well, no, the dancer is basically pulling right down, so you would see the dancer suddenly being pulled right down. I mean, it's the thing is, it's not jerky movements.
Right, it's going right with the breaker.
Yeah,
The
so,
brakes.
yeah, but again, because of the transition, it pulls it up quite nicely. So that was one thing I looked at. Reel stand 18. Now this was another one.
Wow.
Now this now looks like slip ring problems.
Looks like what?
It looks like a slip ring problem
Okay.
because we've gone into a paste, and actually, I'm saying that is, why did it do that? No, it doesn't, because it then gets. I mean, and also we tell from this is where the old operators are giving it. Oh, I can't be bothered to wait for
Right.
a base whack. So at like 68 millimeters,
They
fired it. But yeah, it comes into control here. So I don't know exactly, but this is a funny one. Reel stand 8 is one I can't get to, but I've seen this before where it's wobbly and then suddenly it goes steady. You know.
Well, is this a point where the spider arm is turning and moving the roll?
Well, it could be, as you say, this could be when it's actually still moving, and that's when it's still.
because it does go from slip ring to slip ring at some point.
So hang on. So I mean, well, actually, this is when the drive speeds up. So no, that is literally when it stopped moving. I would say. Yeah.
That's when it stopped moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, while it's moving through, it's causing that little.
I'm gonna jump up here. We got a legend here. I didn't see.
They're the different trends.
Yeah.
Yep. What color means what?
Yeah, and the. But it's something, and as I said, I've certainly seen different type of things and on these reel stands. So it's they stopped again. I was hoping they'd be running by now, and we could look at some reel stands. But
Is there a new slip ring setup out there anywhere, or you guys just been using the old Boss slip rings?
Okay. I'm gonna take a break.
should we have a coffee?
Okay.
Okay.